Today I'm going to teach you business activities. So let's get started. So first we have definition of business. According to B.O. Wheeler, business is an institution organized and operated to provide goods and services to the society under the intent of private key. According to R.N. Owens, business is any enterprise engaged in the production and distribution of the goods for sale, market, and or rendering services for a price. So this means that the business definition is one, but everyone it's the exchange of goods and services to the private sector. Public sector means it's the meaning is one, but the definitions are different. So let's get started with the characteristics of business. Sales, transfer, or exchange. Sales, transfer, or exchange for price. Now I can say that I'll explain this. Sales, transfer, or exchange means like all business activities involving sale, exchange of goods and services for some consideration is known as sales, transfer, or exchange. Okay, so now we have dealing in goods and services, consumer and producer goods. Every business enterprise produces or buys goods and services for selling them to each other. So it can also be in consumer goods and producer goods. Regular dealing means continuous in nature. Um, the goods and services which is continued is known as regular dealings. Profit motive. Mm, uh, it is to earn money and wealth. The profit motive is to earn money and wealth by selling goods and giving services. Now we have creation of utilities. It adds time, place, and form. So it creates and delivers value of satisfaction to the customer by adding time, place, and form, and the possession of utilities to various types of goods. Now we have economic activities, production and distribution to satisfy wants. It involves production and distribution of goods and services to satisfy the human wants. So it is known as the economic activity. Risk in business, we have risk. So it implies the uncertainty of profits or possible loss of, like, if you are if you are manufacturing the bottle of chocolates, okay, uh, I can say the packet of chocolates. So to keep them in a cool place and to keep away them from the sunlight, so it does not get rotten or it does not get uh, dirty and all, the packaging does not get dirty, so I can take insurance for it, so the my risk gets down. Now we have two types of business activities, which is industry and commerce. So what do you mean by industries? What is an industry? So industry means the production of products with the help of human beings and other resources. Now, industry means an economic activity which process the raw materials and manufacture the goods in factories. So that is the meaning of industry. It involves the application of men, machinery, and money. So what does it involve? It involves a man. We need a man or a machine to produce the goods and to make the goods. So if these three things are included, we can make good sort of money and the industry can work. Industry refers to the part of the business which produces want satisfying goods. So industry is a business from where we get our goods, like the human wants, it is fulfilled. Goods by industry may be capital or consumer goods. Now we have three types of industry: primary, secondary, and tertiary. Primary industry: industries which are involved in the extraction and multiplication of natural resources are known as primary industry. These are original occupations of the people. They provide raw materials for the secondary industry. Primary industry are of two types: genetic industry and extractive industry. Now, what comes in genetic industry? It means heredity. Heredity means, like I have my eyes like my father. That like this is called the heredity. Therefore, they are engaged in the reproduction and multiplication of certain species, plant and animals. So, these industry produces the animals. They do the business of the animals. They sell the animals and plants, and they earn money from it. Now we have extractive industry. Excretion, excretion of useful materials from the surface of the earth or sea. So it means the useful materials which are extracted from the beneath of the surface or earth or sea. It is also known as quarrying, forestry, agriculture, mining, fishing, etc. So now we have secondary industries. The industries which are engaged in the conversion of materials provided by the primary industry are called secondary industry. Example: the mining of iron ore, coal, primary industry. The conversion of these into steel is known as secondary industry. So now the secondary industry also have two types. It is known as the manufacturing industry and the construction industry. Now let's look towards it. Manufacturing industry: these industry are concerned with the processing or the transformation of raw material, semi-finished products into finished products. Semi-finished products are the goods which are partially finished. So the partially finished products are uh, made into the finished. So they are given finishing and they are ready. Okay. Such industries change the shape and form of material produced by genetic and extractive industry. They create form of utility by this product which are more useful to the customer. Now we have construction industry. These industries are engaged in the construction of buildings, bridges, roads, dams, etc. So the industries these are engaged in the construction of buildings, of bridges, roads, and etc. They use for they use they need cement, steel, bricks, and much more to construct, etc. Okay. These industries create basic infrastructure for economic and social development of the country in, through the process of fabrication. So, example: bridges, hospitals, house, buildings, etc. Now we have tertiary industries. So these are concerned with the provision of service to facilitate and assist with the primary and secondary industry: transportation, warehousing, insurance, banking, advertisement, and packaging. These industries are known as service sector. So the tertiary industries are also known as the service sector.